Here they are.
Welcome, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to Beaver Talk with Susan and Sandra.
Hey, how are you?
So today's show title is Midlife Crisis. Is it real? I'm going to read you something from the Wikipedia, which is the free encyclopedia. Is a term to describe a period of dramatic self-doubt that is felt by some individuals in the middle years of life. It is a result of feeling the passing of youth, and the
Imminence.
Thank you. That's the hangover of old age. What age is the onset of this, do you think?
I would say probably between like 40 and 50, I think typically is when people
the
go
biggest
through, if they're going to go through this.
The biggest percentage for men and women, it's both sexes. Before it was always, oh yeah, he's in a midlife crisis. He's out there driving his red sports car. He's got the young hot chick. It's always sort of been labeled on men.
The Mr. T starter kit.
Yeah, with all the hair and the
chest
chains.
and the open,
So 35 to 50 for both sexes, and 46 is more the average, so the biggest percentage is around 46 and up. It usually lasts, now listen to this one, 2 to 5 years in women and 3 to 10 years in men. Can you imagine, like, holy shit, if it's 10 years for a man, how many 60-inch flat screen TVs he's going to have around his house? And all the toys, and let's not forget
He's
the
gonna be
454 turbo lawnmower.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, because I think they go through a sexual change there too, wanting to fluff the peacock feathers
Well, that's
up.
the other thing that's interesting is about the midlife crisis is some people, they find that their libido is highly increased and others find that it is really sedated. So everybody's different in how their bodies react.
Yeah, which is why we've
sexually.
done shows on Viagra and women's libido and things like
Right.
that, because it's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes mom can feel really unappreciated, and I'd say the majority of women I know that have teenagers feel that way.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You feel
Really?
not pain? Yeah,
I'm feeling
it's
your
true.
pain.
It's true. That's what happens, and I think that's what starts this. It almost becomes a bit of a depression because nobody loves me kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
And so if you are one of these people that adds new dimensions to your life regularly, you're probably not going to feel the midlife crisis as much as somebody who's just let everything slide.
Right.
And who has made their life actually everybody else's life. They've put theirs to the side. And I know a lot of people who do that.
Yeah.
And they don't give themselves anything. And all of a sudden they don't even know it, and it hits them. And they become very depressed because they don't even know who they are anymore because they've done everything for everybody else. And the National Post did an article in January of this year, so this is a new study, that involved 2 million people in 72 countries that found men and women much less happy in their 40s, but improving in later years. And I've pulled up the graph just to show you here.
Oh, cool.
So I'll put this in front of my face here. So right in here, of course, is 40 if you can't see that.
Yeah, and that's where
then
the
you can
peak of the arc is.
But you can see how it starts to come down. So as you're getting older and getting up into your 40s, it starts to get a little bit better, because as it comes down here, that's meaning that you're coming out of this midlife crisis depression that's building from here.
You have to learn how to please yourself, but not at the expense of others. That's the toughest part.
And don't wait till you're 40 before you go to Vegas or, buy that vibrator. Take up a new hobby, have girl-on-girl sex if that's your thing, or smoke a joint for the first time. There's things that you can do to bring back a part of who maybe you felt was never there or who got lost along the way.
Yes.
It just brings you, puts that spring back in your step, which is one of my favorite lines.
I like what you just said, though, prior to that was about bringing back the person that you have lost. That, I think, is a very, very, very good sentence. I think that says a lot.
Thanks, sister. You know what it is?
I'm feeling the love.
You're feeling the love now. You know what I think that is we do lose ourselves along the way. And whether you're male or female, it depends on what's going on in your life and who you've given to. The one thing I really love is when you meet older people.
Old people.
Old people.
Define
That sounded
old.
good. I see dead people. Anyway,
old people,
I see old people. But don't you love it though when you see older people that are fun and they've got that twinkle in their eye and they're sick and twisted, and the first thing that comes out of their mouth is bratty.
Yeah, and they're not afraid to show you the tattoo.
Yeah, even if it is down to their ankle now from their hip.
Do you remember the movie Shirley Valentine?
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. Like that's if I was to say to somebody, you need help with how you're
it's a
feeling.
good one as well.
I would say recommend,
Yeah.
watch Shirley Valentine, because that's what that film is about. She's going through a midlife crisis. She's saying, okay, wait a second.
Yeah,
What
it's
about
a good
me?
It's a good movie.
It's an excellent film.
It is.
Yeah.
So those two things for women, of course. I don't think they're not dick flicks, they're chick flicks. If you're always making small changes and keeping things new in your life, you're not going to reach a really deep depression. You're going to go through bouts of things that maybe aren't always perfect.
Yep. Like when you find your first gray or your first wrinkle, or
Yeah.
and then all hell breaks loose. Like, oh my God, I'm getting
Especially
old.
when the first gray one is down there. That's when you do the command or the Brazilian. Get rid of that. You don't need to be reminded, right? Get rid of it. So, and in closing here to this topic, sometimes we can all be too complacent, and that can lead to depression, midlife crisis, day-to-day routine that leaves couples restless. Boredom is the biggest relationship killer ever.
Cheers.
Beavers out. Bye.